I'm excited today to be with Riley Facer. And Riley, you and I met not too long ago. It's been a few years. We've been passing each other's, in each other's trail, so to speak. But tell me a little bit about Domani Care and why did y'all start that? What does Domani mean for that matter?
Yeah, you bet, Dick. Domani actually is Italian. It means tomorrow in Italian. And at Domani, we help families prepare for and cope with tomorrow's loss. We have found, and it's been our experience, that families are overwhelmed with all the decisions that have to be made going into a funeral arrangement. And so if there's not a plan ahead of time, it's very challenging to make all of those decisions in a very short period of time. And so we have found it very beneficial for families to be able to document their wishes ahead of time so that there's a clear path for their children to follow.
So basically you're telling us that people that have the wisdom and the foresight to do something ahead of time, it's going to make them, it's never going to be easy, but it's going to make it a lot better day.
Absolutely, Dick. And you know, when there is a plan in place, rather than a family being divided up on one of the worst days of their life, having to go to the cemetery, to the florist, the funeral home, we can keep them together on that day, sharing memories and connecting, and that's what they should be doing in a time of grief.
Well, exactly right, because I definitely agree with you that the fact that as much as you can do in advance is so much smarter, because the fact that there's so many people that are reaching out and they just want to give you a hug. The last thing you need to be doing is sitting down and starting with a funeral director from a blank sheet of paper.
It does, and there's so many other options available. I think that's one of the things that a lot of families don't understand. At the time, all the decisions have to be made in a very short period of time. And then there's the financial aspect as well, and oftentimes that has to be paid prior to any services being performed. When you think about things in advance, there's more options, even financially, that allows you to pay over time. There are some advantages as well to the costs of being able to combat inflation.
So what you're saying is to be able to make payments that are comfortable for anyone's budget, as well as be able to kind of freeze those costs. Would that be right?
Yeah, absolutely. The cost of funerals tends to double every 10 to 12 years. Probably seeing that a little bit more with the current state of inflation. But there are some things that you can do with your family to help protect them from that inflation and going to be much more comfortable for their family and on one of the worst days of their life.
It's a great idea. All this is wonderful. Mission Park believes in it, Domani believes in it. But how do we get people motivated to actually get it done?
You know, we are so passionate about this. We want every family to have a plan. We have seen the difference that it makes when a family has prearranged and when they haven't, and the experience between or the difference between the two. We know at Mission Park it's important to get feedback of the community, what's important to them, what they would like, and so we send out surveys for families to complete, and for doing so we provide them with a complimentary planning guide. And we walk them through, again, those arrangements, help them understand their financial options, and most importantly, document those wishes for their family.
You know, it's interesting, as my mother passed away quite a few years ago, but it's still, when Mother's Day comes around, or when Father's Day comes around, you can't help but have a bit of a hole in your heart. And so to have something like what y'all are offering and what Mission Park is now offering, I think is just a tremendous asset.
You know, you're exactly right. I think on those days, there's going to be days that are a little bit harder than others, right? And you mentioned some of those, the birthday or, maybe even 1 year later on the anniversary of the death. And we, want to just make sure that they know that we're always here for them, especially on those days that might be a little bit more challenging. They're going to hear from us, and they're going to feel that warm embrace.
Well, I'm looking forward to the partnership of working with you and Trent and the rest of your team and Domani, and looking forward to, this is just something that's just so necessary and so needed, and for y'all to be able to put so much together and bring it to Mission Park and allow us to work with you, it's just a tremendous compliment for us. We appreciate it.
We're excited about it. Thanks, Dick.
Thank you, sir. At Mission Park and Mission Park Cares, we'd like to bring you more programming each and every week.
Yes, just subscribe here or catch us every Sunday morning on Fox 29.
And remember, at Mission Park, it's our mission to care.